educator and an author, and I also do home health as a nurse practitioner. And I just had a little funny story today. I love home health. I love going into people's homes and providing care where they are and kind of sitting with them in their day-to-day life and kind of seeing what their health is like. Today I had a Spanish-speaking patient, and I live in an area where there's a high amount of Spanish-speaking patients, and so I have kind of an introduction. I sort of memorized to introduce myself and tell them I was going to call translation services because I don't know a lot of Spanish. And I said something like poco, like I only know a little Spanish, and she goes poquito because all of my pronunciation was so bad. And it was just the funniest thing. I loved that. She's like poquito, not poco, because it was just so bad. And I'm sure I maybe even misunderstood that, but did really well with using translation services. And just a few tips on how to use translation services when you're working as a nurse practitioner is to remember to always talk to the patient. Maintain eye contact with the patient, ask them questions, and the translator will then ask them as if I was speaking, and you're not turning to the translator, or if I was using a phone because I'm doing it in the homes. I don't say, hey, can you ask her about her pain? I say, hey, can you tell me about your pain? And then he'll say the same thing in Spanish, and then back and forth that way. Again, that's such an easy thing to get slipped into, and it's definitely a little, I don't use it super duper often, but when I do, it takes me a few minutes to feel like I'm getting used to it and getting comfortable with it. And then all of a sudden you kind of hit this stride, and the conversation becomes a lot more natural as you build that rapport with the patient, as you build rapport with the translator. I had a really good translator today. He was awesome, super thankful. So just that's a few little tips about it. What are your favorite tips to use when you're doing a patient, H&P in another language that's not your own? What kind of things do you go to or reach for, and things that you kind of think about and try to remember while you're doing those things? So, all right, that's all. I'll be signing off now and going and seeing another patient. Bye-bye.